welcome. I know some of you are upset, you'd rather be in class right now, but hey, that's the way life goes. Thank you for coming down. This is just for the grade 12s this afternoon. Some of you might have remembered Christopher was in Amherst Regional High School 3 years ago. You would have been in the, just getting here at that point. He is an organ recipient, and that's the point of this afternoon's assembly, is to give you some information to help you make a decision as you move on in your life about being an organ donor and what happens if you are somebody who's looking for somebody who's a kidney and all those good things that are going to happen as people age and go down the road. So the people who know more about it, I'm going to introduce you to is Christopher Knowles, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about that. So you probably have a little bit of a question and answer thing at the very end if some of that doesn't make total sense to you. Christopher, it's all yours.
Thanks. Well, first I'd like to start off to introduce actually my road team, the founder and CEO of our campaign, Step by Step, and this new campaign, sixth campaign, SOS4000. It's about organ and tissue donation, and how I got started was for the past, well, since I was born, I've been needing a liver transplant. The disease was called biliary atresia. It's common. It's not really a common disease. It's when I was born without any tubes on my liver, so nothing drains through it. So for the past 17 years, I've been going through 20 major surgeries just to keep me alive. And I'm still actually currently on hold for a liver transplant, so I haven't received one yet. They took me off the list about 3 years ago because they said it was too healthy, I guess. So a long time ago, I met George when he did his walk across Canada. Well, first it was across Ontario, and I got to go out there and meet him when I was about 10, and got to carry that torch because he let me, and felt proud carrying it. And then at the end, I was like really proud, and I was like, George, I want to walk across Canada too. Kind of laughed at me and took off. So I was like, well, okay, sweet, that's nice. And 2 years later, he came back again through my town, Sarnia, Ontario, and got to meet him for the second time. And this time he was doing a 769-day walk across Canada. He walked over how many kilometers, George? Like 12,000 kilometers. And so I got to meet him again, got to carry the torch once more, and I went up to him and I asked him, I was like, George, you know, let me walk across Canada, you know? And he's like, are you serious? I was like, well, no, yeah, I am. So he ended up kind of making it my wish, so they called it Christopher's Wish. So I started my campaign on January 8th, 2004, and I worked my way west to Vancouver, BC. Then I flew to St. John's, Newfoundland, and walked back. And when I got into Toronto, I had the mayor of Nunavut call me and say that he wanted me to make my last steps up north. So I ended up going right up north to there and took my last steps in minus 40 weather, so it was pretty bad. I guess the significance of the torch was first time George carried it across Canada. He was doing it in memory of Victor Davis, was an Olympic swimmer. He received the most gold medals out of all of Canada, and after that he got in a car accident and passed away, and his family ended up donating all of his organs. So the first time we lit that torch was in memory of him, and it's still in memory of him, as well as all the other, I guess, organ recipients or people who donated their organs. And in about 2001, while George was on his walk, he got a call from Vatican City. And first he thought it was a prank call from his friend, because his buddy likes to call him and do pranks. So he called him, and it ended up being some Polish guy from the Vatican City asking George to go to there and meet the Pope, Pope John Paul II. So George actually got to meet him face to face, and the torch was also blessed by the Pope and touched by him. And the Pope proclaimed to the whole world that organ and tissue donation is a genuine act of love, and he encourages everyone to become organ donors. So it was a very powerful thing. The torch has been right across Canada 3 times, and millions and I guess billions of people have touched it. And now we are here for our 6th campaign called SOS4000, and we're getting students from right across the country to relay the torch, because I haven't finished my walk, so I'm actually passing it to students right across the country. And we are here today in Amherst, and I gladly to pass it to Nicole, your representative for your high school. And she carried it from town hall all the way to here with the student council, well, half the student council, and the mascot. Where's that mascot guy? Is he not here? No? Okay. Well, he was here, and it was a sweet walk. I got to drive. And, I guess Nicole would like to say something, and then...
I guess, guys, this is going to be ongoing throughout the year. We're going to have different information sessions and stuff like that about organ donation. And the biggest thing is let your family know how you feel about organ donation. And if you do feel that this is something you want, make sure you sign your donor card and let your family know what you want to do, because sometimes your wishes don't get carried out because of your family that doesn't know what you want to do. One person can save up to 8 people, and I think that's just reason in itself to be able to help that many people after you're not, I guess, using your organs anymore.
Great. Well, also I forgot to say how George got involved was in 96, 97, or 95? 95. George received a liver transplant, and after that, in about 2005, he was doing a Europe tour, and he got fatally ill, and one of his arteries got clogged, I guess. So he was in Paris, France, and he ended up needing a second transplant. Well, they told him he had like a month left to live, so they shipped him back to Toronto basically to die. And he ended up receiving a second transplant on his 50th birthday. So it was a very good birthday present, I guess. And because of that, he's alive today. And because of the family that donated their organs, 5 other people was also saved because of it. And because of that, George actually, thought, he's like, oh, I'm not done. I'm going to start walking again. So he ended up picking that torch up and passing it on to the students, actually, this time. And we're going to be doing this for a year long. It's going to be a yearly basis. So when we come back next year, we are going to be passing the torch to someone else. Actually, Nicole will be passing the torch to someone else. And for the whole year this year, Nicole will be representing Amherst for organ and tissue donation and for Step by Step. And George, would you like to add anything? Well, here, maybe.
First, if we can give them both a great hand.